Hey my beauties. So this cutie pie came in just to get a nice little shape up, if you will. And so we initially planned on just doing a trim, but as we kept going, she was like, nah, I think I want to get it cut. So we ended up taking off quite a few inches. And so before we get into the cut, which I take you through the entire cut so you could kind of see what the process is for me. But for her, she only straightens her hair maybe twice a year, if that. I really think it's like once a year, but for the benefit of the doubt, I will say maybe twice a year. So when I do straighten her hair, I keep it between 420 and 440. I never go super high on. Very few clients that I go super high on, but just wanted to make sure that I get her straight enough to whereas it would take care of any kind of like reverting back to her curly. She works out a lot, so her hair is always like super curly. And so as we were flat ironing, she kind of noticed, she was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and take it up. It'll be a little bit more manageable for me. And so what I want people to kind of understand is with this video is the difference between a precision cut and a Deva cut. They both are very great, but the purpose of the two are vastly different. So what I want to explain is that when you get like a Deva cut, aka a curly cut, what you're basically, the reason why you would want to do that is because you're the type of curly girl that never straightens her hair. So you get that shape and you get that kind of cleaning up your ends and all of that. You get all of that without having to straighten your hair. When you're doing more of a precision cut, that's more for the girls who are natural, but maybe they want to go back and forth between straight and curly. The Deva cut will not work for you because when you straighten your hair, it will look like Edward Scissorhands went straight to your head. And so that's really the difference between a precision cut and a Deva cut. Deva cuts are for those curly girls that never straighten their hair, which that's very appropriate and it works very well for those. But if you have ever had a Deva cut and then you go to straighten your hair and you're like, what is going on with my hair? So you just have to know how to cut the hair so that way when it goes back curly, you'll still have some sort of a shape to it. And you can go back and forth between the straight and the curly. So that's the difference between a precision cut and a Deva cut. So what she wanted was just more of just a one length cut. I don't know. I'm just not the person to just comb the hair down and cut straight across. I don't know why. It's just not the way I learn things. So I'm a little bit old school when it comes to this. So what you will notice is that I did just cut all of her on the back, just straight across, taking horizontal sections all the way up. Right here, I had her turn her head to the right, and I also do it on the other side with the left. What this does is it causes the hair to fall flat just like it would if her hair was straight. And it also makes it easier to avoid the ear dip, as I like to call it, which is where the hair sticks out because of the ears. So this helps to kind of somewhat avoid that. And so just to keep it all going. Now, what I will say is when you are getting your hair cut, that is telling your hair how you want it to lay. So I will often hear people with one length hair say, oh, my hair doesn't hold curls. And that's why. Your hair doesn't hold curls because you're telling your hair you want it to lay completely flat. So all the weight is going to be at the bottom of the head and it's not going to have as much movement. When you have layers in your hair, you're telling your hair you want it to stand up and out. And that's when you're going to have more movement, more activity. So that is the difference between the different haircuts. So however your hair is cut, that's how you're telling your hair you want it to lay. So just keep that in mind when you are deciding what type of cut you want. For me, creatively, I'm not really the biggest fan of the one length cut, but that's just me personally. I like for a lot of movement and activity and different layers and disconnection and all of these other things. So that's just me in particular. So this is just me combing her hair all the way forward because I want to make sure that I could connect both sides. And so it's just a very little bit left that I need to take off in this middle section, just to kind of even everything up. And once you comb everything should connect pretty seamlessly. You shouldn't have anything else that you have to really clean up per se, or really cut. If you do it the right way, it should all kind of blend in pretty well. And so that was pretty much it that I wanted to kind of show you guys, just take you through a cut from beginning to end. This is just me kind of just cleaning up some loose ends, and then I'll do a little bit of surface cutting. But she enjoyed this, and when she goes back curly, it'll be exactly the type of volume and length that she will want with her curly hair. Enjoy!